What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video. This video is going to be looking at the differences and similarities Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp use in their build-up phase and the spaces that are most important in their first and second lines of build-up. Now, before we get into the tactics of the two managers, check out both my books. They're online on Amazon, and there's links in the description below. So now let's get right into the video. The three spaces we're going to be talking about are the highlighted spaces around the two fullbacks and holding midfielder. These spaces often are the center and the focal point in which the movement higher up the field is derived from. These players also influences key spaces going further up the field and create routes to progress the teams. Now we'll take a look at Zinchenko inverting his position, creating more passing options into central areas, moving the defense, and now creating more central progressive routes, as well as vacating the wide area, allowing for progression to occur or isolation to occur in the wide area. Now, with the fullbacks being so narrow, it's much easier to affect the wide midfielders or the players responsible for pressing the fullbacks from the defensive team. This can then open up central options to then try and progress through via vertical passes to open up third man movements. As we see here, a player like Bernardo Silva would drop deeper and allow Fernandinho to get on the ball facing forward to then progress the attack. Bernardo Silva will then also oftentimes stay alongside Fernandinho, creating a double pivot and allow Man City to change their structure completely. Their structure would then change to a makeshift back three, double pivot, and then three players remaining between the lines and always being a constant, with De Bruyne shifting over into the number 10 role and Mahrez inverting, allowing Cancelo to go forward. But then we always revert back to our initial 2-3 build-up shape with narrow fullback, because this gives the fullbacks versatility to drop off a third man option via dropping number 8, as well as look to then occupy the space between the line in different ways. But this space that the fullback take up in this narrow position isn't just the responsibility of the fullbacks, as we see here. Cancelo moves higher. De Bruyne then is the player to drop to fill this role as a deep-lying playmaker, and Bernardo Silva and Mahrez overload the space between the lines, allowing Cancelo to then use full width in their build-up while they overload the space between the lines. And the last picture of versatility is when De Bruyne drops or fans out into the wide area in line with Cancelo, or even wider, Mahrez goes to an inverted position to exploit space in behind or to pin defenders. This gives versatility from Cancelo to either go more narrow into a more offensive role or to then drop deeper to try and affect opponents and break defensive connections. Now for Liverpool, we'll see a few different ways that they occupy these three main spots. First of which, we'll start on the left-hand side with Sadio Mane tucking into the half space, Andy Robertson going higher up the field, creating full width and height for the Liverpool side. And now Thiago Alcantara will drop into the left deep-lying playmaker role. Mo Salah will create asymmetry on the right-hand side, fanning out into the wide area to hold the full width like Andy Robertson had done on the left-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold will then come more narrow, and then Jordan Henderson will be the player occupying the space between the lines on the right-hand side. When Van Dijk dribbles forward to try and progress the attack, and Mane makes a more vertical run to try and exploit the space in behind, then Thiago can then occupy the space higher up the field between the lines to try and progress the attack through. But this could then lead to a four-man midfield with Jordan Henderson dropping deeper and Jota then occupying the side on the right in the half space between the lines as more of an attacking midfielder, allowing then Trent Alexander-Arnold to drop deeper and create a makeshift back three to then improve circulation and give them more control in possession. Now the wide rotations for Liverpool are crucial, and the versatility that they're able to use among these wide rotations has been quite impressive this season. So we have their starting positions. We often see Trent Alexander-Arnold going into the half space and Jordan Henderson then becoming the deep lying playmaker. From here, Trent Alexander-Arnold can then drop back into his more natural deep lying playmaker position, allowing Mo Salah to invert and get closer to goal, while Jordan Henderson occupies the wide area. And that's where we're going to wrap up the analysis. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.